People have a bad day. And if you're a leader and you're in a position you don't have a bad day, you're lying.
That's where a lot of the issues sit. Obviously, we don't want to be emotional disconnects and be a wrecking ball, but I think there's space for being human.
Hey, welcome back to Never in Reverse. Today, we're going to talk about emotion in the workplace from a leadership perspective and an understanding of emotional connection with folks in and around an organization or a team, and how you cope and deal with things or not, and what emotional stress that can cause otherwise.
If someone doesn't show up real, I'm trying to pull that out of them. Like, dude, be honest. Be real with yourself first, because I can see it.
And it's both ways. I mean, people want to be recognized for their effort. I mean, yeah, we're all doing this to make a living, but at the end of the day, people want to hear they're doing a good job. Give them that high five, give them that pat on the back, give them a thumbs up, and let others see it. So you celebrate the wins as well, too, because that's going to lift morale. Now let's dive into this.
Welcome back to Never in Reverse podcast. Always moving forward. I'm your host, Jeremy Axel, co-host, the man, Doug Cox.
That's right. That's right.
Episode, what are we on, Doug? 49?
49.
About
49.
your age, buddy.
No. I got a ways to go still.
Doug's going on 60.
Yeah, my son the other day goes, Dad, you're closer to 50 than you are 40. I said, no. And then my youngest, she pipes up. She goes, Dad's birthday's not until July. Then he turns 45. I'm like, that's right. Thank you, Kaya.
You got probably, 10 years left on your life expectancy? I got another 50.
Like my wife says, natural causes. Yeah.
No, I'm glad, man. It's spring's underway, and we're a lot of positive things to go for us. I mean, we had a really bad snowfall this year, so.
Lack of snowfall. Yeah. No,
yeah, a bad snowfall, meaning it didn't happen. Well, today we're going to dive into an episode that is interesting. It's around, you're allowed to feel it at work, right? So are you allowed or not allowed? It comes down to just being human. And a lot of people around not allowing emotions to be relevant at work. We're suppressing humanity. And I think that's where a lot of the issues sit. Obviously, we don't want to be emotional disconnects and be a wrecking ball, but I think there's space for being human and having passion and anger and happiness and joy, and all these things I don't think we should shift just because we're in an office. I mean,
allow people to have a bad day. I mean, things don't go perfect.
Yeah, they want you to be neutral. They don't want to hear it. Don't go too high. Don't go too low. Just be neutral. Don't say anything negative. I don't want to ruffle feathers, but the facts are the facts, right? Like,
right.
If you say something that pisses me off, let me be pissed. Just because, but what happens is, I actually just had this discussion with a buddy of mine. He said, man, his boss did something to him and pissed him off. But the workforce just, you're my boss. Can't do that. You'll fire me.
Yeah.
But the boss can do it?
Yeah, exactly. No, and I used to tell, when I was leading a team, I used to tell them, look, if there's a situational thing inside the organization that's causing friction, whatever it may be, please make me aware of it. I'm going to analyze it. I'm going to look at it with you. I'm going to look at it with them, and we're going to find resolve. I'm not going to ask you to solve that problem by yourself and live in that emotion. We're at the end of the day, we're a team. We're all in it together for the better good of the organization.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be here to catch you. I may need you to catch me, but we're in it together. It's like family. Your kids have a bad day. What went on today? What's wrong? How can I help? What can we do to, make things better? Or Dad's having a bad day. Let's help him out. It's bringing that same type of environment and structure into the workforce too, and allow people to have a bad day. People have a bad day. And if you're a leader and you're in a position you don't have a bad day, you're lying.
Well, yeah, but some people mask it, right? They're really good at that. I gotta put my suit and tie on and run in there, and I'm just Mr. Boss
Sales
over here.
Manager.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, dude, that's all crap. Like, that's such, and they conditioned us for so long, and you and I've been it's where they just, you have to do something a certain way. And you can't show up real, dude. It's like, I'm like, if someone doesn't show up real, I'm trying to pull that out of them. Like, dude, be honest. Like, be real with yourself first, because I can see it. You're lying to yourself, or, vice versa. I want somebody to call me out when I'm not being vulnerable. I'm being small to myself when I'm having a hard day, right? Like, I'm
And it's
okay with
both
that.
ways. I mean,
Yeah.
celebrate the highs, celebrate the wins, recognize it, because that people want to be recognized for their efforts. They do. I mean, yeah, we're all doing this to make a living, but at the end of the day, people want to hear they're doing a good job. Give them that high five, give them that pat on the back, give them a thumbs up, and let others see it. So you celebrate the wins as well too, because
Yeah.
that's gonna lift morale.
I used to get really pissed off because I couldn't handle the fake design of like what everyone in my career has been giving me, like, and all you're doing, I used to tell, I'm not following that. You're not going to get me to do that. I don't care what you say. I mean, I remember telling one guy, I said, listen, dude, he ran the company. I looked at him, I said, go fly a kite, dude. Never happening over here. I don't care what you bring to me. I don't care what check you give me. I will not do that. And to be honest with you, I like when people challenge me. I laugh. Like if they're that passionate towards something that I'm not, okay. That's if that matters that much to you and it's gonna make us that much better, dude, it doesn't really matter to me. So I think
Yeah.
it could be ego, it could be power trip, it could be conditioning, it could be insecurities that are the root of that. Like anyone that cannot handle that side of like emotional things, I think there's just a deeper level of them it's them, it's their work. Why can't you be uncomfortable with
Yeah.
someone being frustrated or disappointed in you or pissed off because you said something? Like
Mhm.
because you're their boss and you control their destiny and their family life and their paycheck. Like, I think that's where the weakness comes in organizations, right? Like, where you can't allow people to be human,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm trying to take that away from you by just telling you higher quota, more sales calls.
Oh yeah, pressure. Back to this, the last organization I was with, we had a person in a leadership role, and the thing that used to just irk at me, he used me around everything, my or me, as if it was all him.
Oh, I've had that.
And no, because he wasn't the only one that worked to complete that task. There were others involved, and you and I come out of that same cloth, that team environment, cohesiveness. It's collective. It's
Mhm.
all of us playing a part into the bigger role of the win or the loss. It's reflected on everybody, and that individual wouldn't take responsibility because he just had that me, I perspective persona about them, and it didn't resonate or reflect well amongst everybody else either. And then one day I just nipped it. I said, Tim, look, this is all of us together. This is this is team, right? And then it was just, oh gosh, it used to just irk at me. But he was the one that was just, your emotions are your emotions. It's your problem, not mine. It's just that personality type.
Yeah, and I think if the guys that suppress that instead of process it, that can create like disconnect. It could create people aren't gonna follow that because they know like, dude, like they know the reality of being human, right? Like we all have bad days. We all make bad decisions. We all can't hit our quota, Doug. The moment you become human and realize like if you show up at your house the same way you do here, and I love when people do that. I'm like, dude, just bring it. Like if you bring you from your home and you bring it here and you're the same person, we will always be in alignment. Always. But the
Mhm.
moment I've had people try to like say things that are like they're conditioned to like think that I'm their superior. I'm like, dude, that'll never work here. I just nip it in the butt right away. Don't even try it. Like it doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't stroke my ego. It doesn't make me
No.
I really don't care. I'm like, dude, call me the janitor. I really don't care. It doesn't mean anything to me. I'm in the same playing field as all you guys. Our shoes go on the same
Well,
feet.
not
But I
exactly.
think
It's a team. It's a cohesiveness. It's a team environment, and it's all of us, each individual doing blocking and tackling
yeah.
for the better part of the victory. We all play a role, and it's all rolled up into one. It's not a title. It's not a badge. It's not ego. It's what I did, even though the ones beneath me were the ones that did the work, and I take the victory.
I had a
No,
guy call me out the other day. He goes, "Hey, you every time I ask you something, you say, yeah, I'm good." I'm like,
good.
"Actually, you know what, Joel?" I said, "I'm not good." I said, "Here's what I'm feeling right now. Here's a couple things that I'm really struggling with." And he goes, "Ah, do you mind if I call you out of being small?" I said, "No, that's good." But I'm so programmed to be like, "No, I'm good."
I'm
I'm
good.
like, "Actually, no, I'm not, dude." Actually, I said, "Here's a couple things I'm struggling with right now that because I'm human and I got brokenness in myself and all these things, right?" So he started laughing and I said, "Dude, you can do that any day of the week." If I tell you more than once in a row that I'm good, because we all got something every single day. We're human, right? Like we got kids, we got families, we got stresses, we got
There's
life,
challenges
we
in
got
there.
other people.
Yep.
So let's just be real with that and share those experiences. I think that's what's missing. So to suppress that, I think you're going to withhold your team's ability to really
Yeah.
scale,
Yep.
and be
Yep.
awesome together. And I'm more like, my style. It's like, let's get the garbage in there together, and we're going to try to put it all together and make greatness, right?
And
And
let's
if you have garbage for the if you have garbage for the day, you don't have to come and get approval from me. I really don't care. Just own your crap, own it, and then come
get
back the
through it.
next day. Go do what you got to do. Don't bring it to me. I don't mind, but like honor yourself first, and then come back the next day whole. So I think and that's a hard thing to really for people to get used to because they're so conditioned. I'm like, what am I going to do? Number one, I can support you by just saying, hey, go take a moment, and I'll definitely do that. Just in general, giving people the autonomy to be human is instead of being like, well, did you do your PTO sign off? Like,
Yeah. No.
oh,
And
so you can increase my
allow.
anxiety and now my mental health. Now I got more anxiety because I'm feeling like I can't take a vacation now. It's like,
Well, and I can't be, if I'm having a difficult day, I have to come into the office with a smile on my face and hide, what emotions I'm dealing with rather than, if you've got somebody that's open, hey man, look, I had a challenging morning at home, give me a moment here. Let me get a cup of coffee down. Let me just get my zen right, get my moment right. Hey, yeah, take that time, just get re-engaged, get focused, decompress for a second and let that person get through it and watch them come through the other side quicker and go, okay, good. I'm ready to go. If you give
instead
them
of
that
burying
moment
it
of
on
grace-
them,
Yeah.
burying it on them.
Yep.
And I think that's what happens a lot. That's what's happened to me a lot. They just don't. I mean, I got into a spot one time in my career. I was like, dude, I was so angry, and it was just a lack of maturity on my end. But because I wasn't open, because I didn't feel like I could be open.
You
and
could be
honest.
open. Yeah.
And if I was, it was on deaf ears. Like, oh yeah, they just make you feel good, and then behind closed doors they're saying the opposite. Like, right, their business like I don't, and that isn't being authentic to me. They're just all they're doing is manipulating everyone to grow a business, and I don't have time for that stuff, man. At this stage in my life,
probably the ones that never recognize achievement and effort either. I mean, you got to celebrate people, for the accomplishments or the tasks that were done at hand, and you got to recognize them. You got to recognize them amongst other people. People want that dopamine hit, that feel good, right? That they're appreciated, and that they're listened to. I mean, you can't just continually just beat people or just closed door policy. You can't share emotions. We can't get excited. Just show up, go through the motions. I don't care what's going on in your world. We're not going to celebrate the wins, and I really don't care if you're having a bad day.
Here's your job description. I don't want anything else. Oh, your kid's sick? Did you sign out your PTO? Like all this stuff. Like, what's that gonna do, right? If the guy's kid's sick, and I just think about all these like intelligence things around like leadership and being emotionally intelligent, which I'm still learning how to do. Right? Like, what does that truly look like? It's being aware of everyone else and having a lot of empathy and giving them the space without your pressure or your guardrails around their job description or your PTO status or HR department or all these things that people do, right? To basically separate themselves from the pressure when in turn the leadership set that pressure up, or the ownership, whoever's done that, has set that downward pressure up to people. Obviously you got to have organized.
You got to have some structure, right?
But it doesn't need to be chaotic, but I still think you can do it with a sense of humanity. And I think that, there's people can still have structure and they can still have a human touch with
reality,
right? Like,
life.
Your kids are going to get sick. And I remember our kids were getting sick because they're just young. Oh, we're going to write you up for that. I go, dude, do you want to put more pressure on my home? And it buckled my wife. Because your corporate, just here, don't pay her, but don't write her up.
Write her up.
Oh, dude, it was no matter what. You got a 1/4 point docket. Like, I'm like, you're not being intelligent. You're being a process-oriented corporate system, and basically
doesn't have
humanity doesn't matter.
grace.
I'm like, what are we supposed to do? We don't have help here, I'm like, well, not my problem. But then the guy goes, and then this is my favorite part. But then that same person's going on a smoke break 20 times a day.
Yeah,
on the company dime, right?
Ow.
So, but the emotional intelligence. I mean, I just think creating those environments is just letting people be people. Just Simple.
Yeah,
Keep
and I
it
mean,
safe.
you can't what you permit, you promote. I mean, you got to have some guardrails around it. There's got to be some communication around it. There's got to be some understanding because I've seen individuals that take advantage of looseness, right?
There's a difference, right? There's being a man, a
Yeah,
woman, boys and girls,
yeah,
right? Like
and
it's life.
responsibilities and understanding. Yeah,
And I tell
but
you guys that all the time, like just having an awareness of when you're not doing okay and when you are okay. But if you own yourself, I think, and that person is honest with themselves, the rest takes care of itself. And I'm a firm believer in that, honestly.
where the
If
best version of ourselves can show up. Yeah,
and Doug, you know that. Like I firmly believe if you're being a man or a woman, not a boy or a girl, I don't need to understand where you're at. You get it. You know it's important for your family, your kids, for you. This is a vehicle for providing or whatever your guys are, whatever your
right.
vacation or whatever. That's enough for you to do it without me. Like, and I'm a firm believer that if someone's not feeling good, I don't need to be like, did you fill your PTO? You know where you're at. Like, what am I going to do? Flip my fingers and say, be healthy again today, John? Or, so I
Yeah,
think we just as leaders, just be aware, just get more connected to, instead of being, groomed to say this is what leadership is, maybe looking at just people for who they are. And then when they're there, we do really great things. And if something happens, the team continues to do great things without them, waiting for them to come back, or they support them.
Exactly. Yep. Where other ones
Support
step
them.
in and support that person in their absence or what they're going through, and kind of creating that culture, that environment. Because ultimately it's going to happen to somebody else. And, I got you on this one. You got me last time, I got you,
You and I do that. It's beautiful. It
Yeah.
just works.
Yeah. I
So as
get you
we wrap
more
down this
times than not.
episode, guys, couple questions. What emotions do you most frequently suppress at work? How does that emotion eventually show up anyway? Does your team feel safe bringing up tension to you directly? What conversation have you delayed because you did not want to feel uncomfortable? That's a good one. What would change if you modeled emotional clarity instead of emotional control? So those are some things
Yeah.
to think about as a leader, or if you're thinking about getting into leadership, or if you want to grow as a coworker. That I think we can all work through those things. So, but thank you so much, guys, for joining Doug and I, Jeremy Axel, co-host Doug Cox on Never in Reverse. If you felt like today was something important to you, please private message us, comment, message us,
Yeah.
anything that you want. We want to hear from you guys. You can find us on all social media platforms, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, X, and then on the audio platforms, Amazon Music, Spotify, and Apple Music. We appreciate your time, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.